some days, there comes the Uge Mobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Mobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Oba Tope!
Good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon. My name is Evan Sunokogi. The national leader of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has given fresh condition to rejoin the ruling party, All Progressives Congress, APC. Kwankwaso, in a video shared on Facebook by his aide, Saifulahi Hassan, said he will not join the party without concrete agreement and being clearly informed about his role and plans for the common people, especially the Temin supporters. The former two-term governor, however, said that the disagreement with joining the party without reaching an agreement, he said, until he is clearly informed of his role, the direction of the journey, and the plans for the common people, including the position of his supporters and the Kano state government, he will stay outside at the fold of the APC. Former Governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, has questioned claims of political leadership in Rivers State, faulting Governor Similari Fubara's declaration of himself as the 001 in the All Progressives Congress APC membership register in his ward. Fayose argued that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu cannot lay claim to be the political leadership of the state, insisting that such authority rests with President Bola Tinubu, a former governor of Lagos. On the political crisis in Rivers State, Fayose said President Tinubu will not sacrifice the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, for Governor Fubara. Fayose's comments elicited an immediate response from embattled factional chairman of the APC in Rivers State, Chief Emeka Beke, and the coordinator of the Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership, Mr. Chizi Endi, who urged Fayose to concentrate on maintaining his relationship with Wike and leave Rivers State alone. The renewed feud between Wike and his anointed successor Fubara last week snowballed into initiation of impeachment proceedings against Fubara by 26 of the 32 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The 26 legislators are loyal to Wike. The impeachment move has evoked mixed reactions in the polity, with a host of groups including the Pan and Niger Delta Elders Forum, PANDEF, Rivers State's APC and PDP among others, asking the lawmakers to drop the removal proceedings. Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court Abuja has adjourned the 1.2 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by human rights activist Moyele Sowore against the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetoku and other defendants to March 10th for a definite hearing. Sowore had sued the IGP and others over his arrest, detention and arraignment by the police in Abuja. At the day's proceedings, his counsel, Marshal Abubakar, informed the courts that the matter was slated for mention and all the defendants who had been served with a hearing notice were not in court. They gave no reason for their absence. He prayed the court that the matter be deemed mentioned and the dates be fixed for a definite hearing and adoption of processes. Consequently, the trial judge, Justice Mohammed Umar, adjourned the matter to March 10th for a definite hearing and directed that the hearing notice be served on all the defendants. Sowore is seeking multiple declarations that his arrest, harassment, restraints, and subsequent arraignments on October 23rd and 24th, 2025 were illegal, oppressive, and unlawful. In the originating motion, Sowore, through his team of lawyers led by Marshal Abubakar, accused the police of flagrant abuse of power and blatant violation of his constitutionally guaranteed right to liberty, dignity, and movement. As the nation approaches this year's Armed Forces celebration and Remembrance Day, security agencies across the country are intensifying preparations to ensure a smooth, dignified and hitch-free ceremony in honor of Nigeria's fallen heroes. Shalom Wangara reports that preparations for the ceremony in Benin City, Edo State, has reached a final stage. The report is presented by Jolade Ojo.
The Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is an annual event set aside to honor members of the Armed Forces of Nigerians who laid down their lives during the world wars, peace support operations and internal security operations such as the current fight against the Boko Haram terrorists, banditry, kidnapping and other forms of threats in some parts of the country. A visit to the National Museum grounds at the King Square in Benin City shows personnel of the Nigerian Army and Air Force at the parade rehearsing against the Epoch event. Commissioner of Youth Affairs, Honorable Charity Amayevo, said the event renews commitment to those being celebrated, their survivors, and the armed forces generally.
We are in the final stage of preparations for the grand finale of the Armed Forces 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. It's a location in which His Excellency Distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo has taken so seriously. In fact, the activity started last year when we did the Armed Forces emblem launch, then followed by the Juma service and the Christian service, which we did last week. All the armed forces that are going to be on parade are already on ground. We are doing the final touches of the parade, and by the grace of God, Edo Light are all invited to come out. Let us give our respect to our fallen heroes. These are people that have defended the country and they have laid their lives. So the best thing we can do as a state and as individuals of Edo State is to pay our last honor to them and also give their bereaved family hope that yes, they didn't sacrifice, or their sacrifice to the country was not in vain.
The main event holds at the National Cenotaph in Abuja, state capital cities, and other major designated areas nationwide. From Benin, Jolade Ojo, ITV News.
The federal government has directed our banks and fintechs to collect and remit 7.5% value-added tax on certain electronic banking services, effective Monday, January 19, 2026, according to an email notice issued by payment platforms. The VAT will apply to electronic banking charges, including mobile money transfers, US says the transaction fees, and card issuance fees. According to an email notice on Wednesday shared with customers by Moniepoint, other operators are expected to issue similar notices to their customers in the coming days. Services that will remain exempt include interest earned on deposits and savings, meaning customers will not pay tax on the returns from their accounts. The NRS, formerly known as the Federal Inland Revenue Service, has set a deadline to ensure that all commercial banks, microfinance banks, and electronic money operators comply with the collection and remittance requirements. The move is a part of the government's broader effort to standardize VAT collection on digital financial services and expand revenue generation amid Nigeria's growing digital economy. And in the world of entertainment news now, Afrobeat musician Seun Kuti has hit back at fans of Grammy-winning singer Wizkid, popularly known as Wizkid FC, following a social media dispute over his longtime nickname Big Bird, and what he described as a repeated attempt to drag the name of his late father, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, into online music debates. The latest controversy followed an Instagram live session in which a Wizkid fan urged Seun to change his nickname because Wizkid is also referred to as the biggest bird. Rejecting the demand, Seun said he had used the name long before Wizkid and accused the fan base of provocation and disrespect. Seun also criticized Wizkid and members of his team, including DJ Tonex, accusing them of failing to address what he described as repeated attacks on Fela's legacy by Wizkid FC. In the live stream, Seun also revealed that Fela's legacy still brings tangible benefits decades after his death. He stressed that his criticism was not directed at Wizkid personally, but at a fan culture that equates noise with relevance and disrespects historical figures under the guise of praise. The exchange came days after Seun posted a lengthy Instagram video warning Wizkid FC to stop involving Fela's name in online arguments. And on sports news, host Morocco survived a nervy night in Rabat to see off Nigeria's 4-2 on penalties to reach the final of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Tournament top scorer Ibrahim Diaz scored Morocco's best opening just before the half hour, misjudging a header from Achraf Hakim's right wing cross. In a game of a few chances, a shootout looked a likely outcome as Yusuf N. Nasiri struck the winning spot kick into the bottom left corner after Yasil Bono served from Samuel Chukwueze and Bruno Oyemachi. The result remains valid. Regradué side have reached their first AFCON final service, 2004, as they bid to lift the trophy for the first time since 1976. The Atlas Alliance will remain in the capital for Sunday's final, where they will face Senegal, who beat Egypt 1-0 in Wednesday's first semi-final. And with that story now in the news at noon, thanking you for watching. Don't forget to join us at 3 o'clock for the World News. My name is Evans Unohogi. Good afternoon.
ITV, certainly the best.